Average Investor here to show y'all what my first month of Robinhood investing looks like. I made the decision to start investing in Robinhood because it seemed like there was no better time to begin than during a time where stocks would be much cheaper than their normal trading price during this time. I don't really have a clue what I'm doing here, so please don't take any of this as financial advice. As I've said, I've been mostly targeting stocks that are trading essentially at a discounted price, and many of these have been some REITs, primarily MFA, New York Mutual Trust, Two Harbors Investments, have been a couple of REITs that I got really early on and got some really good deals on. If you look at MFA Financial here, I actually got in at 35 cents a share for 300 shares. That's gotten me a over 380% return on this investment, which is great. It has around a 70% dividend yield. Take that with a grain of salt. They already canceled dividends for this quarter as a result of their stock price crashing. So I'm not really putting a whole lot of stock in that, but if that dividend does go through at some point, I'll only need a couple year or year and a half of dividends to really make this investment completely pay itself off, which would be awesome to hear. After my first few days of investing, went really well. If we look here at my 1 month cycle, right around here, I actually started with $1,000. I know Robinhood shows 5,000. That's my total amount that I have invested at this point. Had about 1,000 invested. Was doing great. I was up like $800, and so I said, you know what? I'm gonna put more money in here and really try to make this thing work. And the market promptly crashed again. Which was a little bit of a bummer. But what I did is I got into a bunch of high yield dividend stocks, essentially. I follow a YouTuber named Andre Jick, and I really enjoy his model of dividend investing and the idea of passive income. So I was really hoping to follow that as kind of my motto here. So I tried to get into some more blue blood dividend stocks here, here with AT&T. We hopped into ExxonMobil, Altria, and then another big one here is Iron Mountain, which has just been horrible to me. Down over 6% on this one. So all in all, here's kind of what my portfolio looks like in Robinhood. And just as an aside here, I've found it kind of difficult to follow all of my investments in Robinhood. So I actually started using Andre Jick's spreadsheet. He offers a spreadsheet to his Patreon supporters as a good, easy way to track stocks. And I'll show that to you here. So, as promised, here is my Robinhood portfolio using Andre Jick's spreadsheet. You can see here I have them organized by share amount. I don't know if there's really a right way to do this. One of the kind of instant things that might jump out at you is there's a lot of red on this, which has been a bit of a bummer, mostly with newer stocks that I've jumped in as of late. But we still see a lot of green, mostly with the REITs that I hopped in on early on for a really good price. We see TRTX. I'm up over $100 here, almost 50% up. INN is one that I hopped in a little bit later, still up 23% there. That's awesome. But the two big ones up here are MFA and NYMT. MFA, I just got a stupid deal on with 35 cents a share, up almost 400% on this. Just an awesome deal that I was able to get there. Perfect timing, right place, right time. Not really something that you can really repeat here. And then we have New York Mutual Trust. I got in there around the same time, and it just hasn't rebounded quite as much as MFA did. But still awesome returns and great to see. It's really helped my portfolio kind of cover the losses that we see with some of these other ones, like these blue blood dividend stocks that I got in down here. One of the things that we can see with this is just a general summary. It'll show you at a high level what we can see here, my cost basis, total market value, the difference between those obviously being my total gain of $618 in market value. Almost 11% of growth there, which is great for the market within a month. Dividend yield, 20.9%. This might not be something that you put a lot of stock into, just because a lot of the dividend stocks that I'm in are a little bit higher risk. The blue blood dividend stocks that we talk about have really good safety scores. You'd expect to see good returns on those. But, similar to the MFA stocks, sometimes they'll cancel the dividends if numbers aren't looking quite right. So this might not be entirely accurate, and this might not be entirely accurate, of around $1,300 a year based on my current stock portfolio. It also has the ability here to track your dividend income. So far in April, I've actually gotten some returns on dividend, $10.50. Money in the bank, that's always good to see. You can see some different sector breakdown. As you can see, I'm heavily over invested in real estate right now. I'd love to see this get a little more diverse in my portfolio. Diversification of all of my stocks, AT&T, as well as Iron Mountain are some that I'd hope to not be quite as big of a piece of the pie given how they performed lately. But I still have good chunks here with MFA, New York Mutual Trust. So I'd love to see that. But happy to see that I can get this kind of a dividend return based on this kind of a market value. Obviously, we don't expect those dividends to return at that level, but I've still been buying all of these stocks at a much lower price than expected, or at a much lower price than they would usually be trading. So hopefully we'll see that market value increase even more as time goes on, and the dividends that I do end up getting should be able to cover that amount that I might not be getting from ones that aren't performing as well, that may delay dividends or not give dividends for that quarter or month. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my first update video of my Robinhood portfolio. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like the video, and we'll be seeing you next time.